Hey everybody, it is May 29th, and it is Memorial Day 2017. So happy Memorial Day to all the veterans and to all those who are still serving in the military. Yeah, so thank you for doing all of what you do so that way we can have our freedom. So I wanted to give that shout out to them. But yeah, I can't believe I have 5 more working days at my location before I transfer to a different location. It's just doesn't feel like that 2 weeks from today I'll be someplace completely different. It really hasn't sunken in. I'm sure that once I see my schedule, it's going to sink in a little bit more for that week, which I won't get until Saturday night at midnight, because our schedules come out midnight that night, or you can say Sunday morning, however you want to say it. It comes out at midnight. So either way, it's kind of surreal. It's just unbelievable. I'm excited, but at the same time I am absolutely terrified. It's because of the unknown. Oh, look, if you look right there, oh, they're going in the water. But yeah, there were some turtles there. But anyways, every time I see a turtle, I think of my sister. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm excited about doing it. And everything, but at the same time I am scared because of the unknown. I'm sure that once I do it a few times, I'll be comfortable in order to do it and everything. But until that happens, no. But I'm doing what I can to get through it, because I know that once it's done, I'll love it. And I've heard so many people who love it over there, the new location. And people who know me say that the location I'm going to is perfect for me. Because the whole atmosphere of me loving things that are haunted, it's a similar feel at one of the stores I will be working at has that whole feel to it. So yeah, that'll be fun. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I know that my hours are going to be changing once you get over there. I know during the training section of it, which should only be like maybe 1 day's worth. At least that's when I went to the location I am now. I only had 1 day at training, because I was already in the I already had the training. It's just I needed the training for that location to kind of know where things are, how things work at those stores, because each location is slightly different from other locations, other parks. So yeah, it's just I just need to know where things are. It's more It's what most like it's going to be. But yeah, I have a feeling that I want to go from getting hours of 7 to 3:30 every day to, it could be changing. I may go in one day where be an opener one day and then I be closing the very next day. But at least I won't be ouch. Oh, sorry, I had an itch. But at least I won't be working until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, like I did at the first location I did it the first year. Holy cow! As much as I love the night, the staring at the stars, the moon, and all that good stuff. My body says you are going to sleep early. You're a morning person. As much as I love the night, I cannot stay up that late. It's always been like that. I even tried working the overnight shifts. But my body didn't like that. And that was when I was in my 20s. My body said, nope, you're not doing it. And so, for me to work until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning was not a good thing, because I was falling asleep at the wheel, had trouble staying awake. I used to call my dad up because he used to be a night owl, but when he was younger, he used to be able to stay up until 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, then go to bed and then sleep for several hours and go to work. But as time went on, he started going to bed earlier and earlier. I think lately, a lot of nights he goes to bed around 10, 11 o'clock, depending on how he's feeling and what happened that day. Other nights he stays up until maybe 12 or 1, the latest. That's a rare thing. So for him to stay up until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is hard on him. But he did it to help me get home. Because I didn't feel comfortable driving home that late. I didn't know anybody to call. Because everybody I knew who was up that late, I didn't know, anybody that I knew usually was already in bed by way before. And he also didn't want to see his baby girl fall asleep at the wheel, because I did have a cousin that happened to when she was about 21, 22. She fell asleep at the wheel one morning driving home from work, and she crashed, and she ended up losing cartilage in her right knee, I believe it was. And after so many years, she couldn't bend it, she couldn't straighten it. It was slightly bent to where her toes were on the ground, and only her toes. She couldn't straighten her leg out. And after a while, she finally had it amputated right above the knee, and she has a prosthetic there now. And that was 22 years ago, and she's 3 years older than me. And when I saw the pictures of her car accident, it took me 2 years before I got my driver's license. And the year that she was a lot younger than 21. Because the year that she got in that car accident, I was supposed to be getting my learner's permit. And when that happened, I had refused to get my driver's license because the pictures of her, not only of her truck, but seeing her in the hospital, knowing what happened, it terrified me. I didn't want to drive. I was scared to death. My parents finally forced me to get a driver's license 2 years later. and I've been driving ever since, but I try not to drive at night, especially if I get tired, and I avoid it as much as possible. Though when I do have to do it, I try talking to somebody, because cold air, listening to rock, heavy metal music, screaming at the top of my lungs, drinking caffeine, nothing works for me. Trust me, I've tried millions of times. But talking to somebody, just rambling on, actually did help me. So I'm grateful that he did that, but I don't want to do it again. So as far as I know, the place I'm going to doesn't stay open past 9:30, 10 o'clock, which is not that bad at all. And so I don't think, I can stay up that late. I've done before. That's no problem. It's, it's staying up past midnight and being out that bothers me. If I'm home, I'm fine. I can do it past midnight. It's just I don't trust myself driving without help. If I had somebody in the car with me, I probably can do it better. But it's just when you're driving home, driving alone, it just does not work. So yeah, I'm excited about going to the new park, but it's just the unknown. But who knows? And that's a way to meet a lot of new people, and learning about the job a little bit better, because I love my job, and to be able to learn that much more would be wonderful. I love my Disney trivia. Absolutely just love it. I even have coworkers that end up taking my trivia and using it on other guests, which is perfectly okay, because it's, it means that what I'm doing is not only fun for me, but other people find it fun. Other people love it. So I'll take it. And yeah, it's just absolutely fabulous. So, if you look at, if you know Snow White, if you look at her face, her rosy cheeks, they couldn't get the blush right enough, just right. So what they did was actually take some actual rouge out of their own pockets and added it to the actual cells. Whenever she was on, they would just take a tiny bit of rouge and put it on Snow White's cheeks to make her rosy cheeks, which is awesome. So those rosy cheeks are actually real live rouge makeup that the artists use, and that is just pretty amazing. I was talking to someone I knew that at the time they had trouble drawing the prints, and so that's why you hardly see the prints. For some reason, back then they didn't know how to draw men that well. So, and they had a whole bunch of stuff planned for the prince himself, but because they couldn't, for some odd reason, they couldn't draw him right. So they only had him in short parts, like the very beginning when he first met Snow White, and then of course at the end when he kisses her and she was in that deep sleep. But yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, there's a thing on YouTube that you can watch. It's the making of Snow White. I watched it. It's about maybe a half an hour, give or take 10 minutes. And it's really, really interesting to watch and see how they did it. There's you get to see some of the early techniques of the pencil drawings before they added color to it. So, and some of the deleted scenes that they had planned to put in the movie, but ended up taking it out. So it's pretty amazing. So check that out. It's the making of Snow White on YouTube. So yeah. So if you get into it, I mean, personally, I've always loved that kind of stuff, to know how they do certain things, how they did that. It's always been really interesting to me. So go ahead and check that out and let me know what you think, and go ahead and subscribe, like, definitely share and comment below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.